Look alive, Fringers.
It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls.
Turn it up and let them know.
Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Together again? We are! Do I get to say it? Hey. Hello, Fringers! Oh, it is so good to be back with all of you together. Howdy, Priors and Grayers. Welcome to episode 19 of Neon Trails, an identical actual play. I am your game runner, the Caleb G. It has been such a long time, but we are all back together. A bunch of stuff happened. Some of it was good, some of it was bad, but it kept us away. But now we're back together, and I am so thrilled to be here with all of you in the audience and the future audience, and sitting at this virtual table with all of these absolutely wonderful people who I love spending time with. So let us jump into it and say hello to this wonderful crew who definitely, hopefully, can identify Omega level threats. First up, trust happens when actions meet words. It's Mallo playing Galen.
Magneto was right.
Of course he was.
Also, I gotta regrow the mustache because I just noticed that all the men here have very manly mustaches. Yes.
I need to trim mine, I was told.
I did that one, and then I was like, I'm just gonna start fresh and
I mean,
build
sometimes
it up, you know.
Sometimes you need a trim. Trims are good.
Yep.
You guys should have told me. I wouldn't have shaved mine.
It looked good though.
Yeah.
We'll do a grow-a-thon for the next fundraiser. We'll just all sit here, just let it grow. Next up, Uber secret base room behind a busted vending machine. A game, bad guys. A game. It is wild. Playing B.
I'm so down for the secret rooms behind all of the vending machines. Those are my favorite things to find in video games.
Boop, 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 boop.
That or the chests underneath the waterfall. Just take notes, game dev.
Except in those games where you can't open the chest to get the secret weapon like 13 hours later.
Right, because they're like, you need a key for this. Like, I don't know where the key is. Please, just give me the loot.
And he'll take a cappuccino if you're just taking orders. It's Pete playing dog.
Oh, well, cappuccinos are good. You caught me by surprise with that one. They're good. Yes, welcome everyone. And I had something funny to say. I'm sure I did, but I forgot it. Thank you for joining us. I'm here to take my tools and pull your attention away from whatever is there right now.
Ooh, clever wordplay. If your hands are tied, you won't be needing this. It's Lauren playing Drall.
Tied hands. Hi. Good afternoon. Welcome back.
And he's trying to be better. Do not make him let you down. It is Ethan playing Mox.
Hi. That was a hell of an intro there.
I tried. Thank you. Thank you. It's my little game I get to play with everybody. So it has been a while, folks. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. IDENTECO is usually live every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/IDENTECO with episodes of Neon Trails at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can see episode archives, how to play videos, and clips over at youtube.com/IDENTECO. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us some comments because we like to read them, and it gives us something to do. Please follow us on the socials for announcements and news. Look for us at IDENTECO and at Humanoid Games on whatever social media platforms you happen to use. Swing over to playidentico.com where you can read the basic core rules for free, look at all of the modules, core books, stickers, and other merch to keep the show alive and supported. If you are with us now on Twitch, hello, welcome. We're glad to be here, and we're glad you're here. And stay tuned for the ride, because based on the pre-show, things are going to get weird. So, Mallo, do you have anything else you would like to share with us while I suppress this cough?
Okay. While you're off screen dying, I did want to just give a quick shout out to Andrew at the team called IDENTECO Donuts. They make these very, very, very cute dice vaults that look like donuts, and I'm going to attempt to open mine without spilling all of my dice everywhere. Look at that. It looks like a donut and holds your dice. We met Andrew and team at ECC this past year, and he has been a supporter of everything that we do. It's not necessarily a sponsored ad portion for this, but if I'm giving shout outs for free, I want to give it out to people who we love and care about. So,
and who was that
everybody
again?
tell. It is Andrew Davis at IDENTECO Donuts. I'll put the link in the chat down below. They are fantastic, wonderful small business, and I love supporting people who come from similar backgrounds as me. So I love it.
And donuts, just
They're,
well done.
The craftsmanship and quality on all of these are fantastic. You cannot go wrong, I promise.
Well, thank you for covering my physical ailment right there. Let us now jump into the way, way, way back machine and see if we can remember what happened. My goodness, words. What happened last time? I even have it scripted. I have it on the screen in front of me. Let's talk about last episode. Drall and Paperboy met for an adorably awkward breakfast where they discussed what the dust jockeys were doing when they emptied the abandoned detention prison. Drall explained that the DJ leader had a very focused mission and was taking advantage of any opportunity presented to him. Dog showed Mox his secret project, which was what was probably a UFO. Dog explained how he found it and how he was trying to repair it, but was still looking for a power source. Mox started researching different options. During that, he recalled the strange astrological and astronomical ramblings he had observed scrawled in one of the prison cells back in the abandoned detention prison. Galen was worrying over something he was tracking in Angel City, then got a secure message from Ferdie, who let him know that they were leaving Solace. Galen then went to check on B, who was watching old movies to learn how to commit greater acts of violence. Galen settled in to teach her some basics of fighting. That evening, the crew gathered at the Winnebago to eat. As they relaxed, suddenly, all the lights of Solace went out. And that is where we are right now at this very moment. You are sitting on the ridge around the Winnebago. You have the glow of your little campfire cook stove, as well as a couple others up on the ridge. It is not pitch black. There are various other truckers and shippers and merchants up here in this parking area. Bill is still gone, notably. Individual lights are still active, so headlights of vehicles, glows, any kind of holographic AR display. There is still enough ambient light, but you are all kind of stunned by both that bright, living, pulsing neon flow of Solace blinking out in a second. Not like everyone was like just randomly hitting their switches one by one by one. No, snap, everything is off. So you have that kind of breathless moment of watching that happen. And you also see a little bit of that ambient night glow without the light pollution of the city. So those of you familiar with living out in the wastes and the desert, seeing the stars, the satellites kind of twinkle back into view, there's still light pollution even this far out from some of the other settlements, the metroplexes. It's not bad at all, but seeing the stars, seeing various things orbiting above you, it's kind of a big moment as all of this is happening. So, what are you all doing?
B is understandably freaking out. This is the first time that B has ever seen Solace without lights.
Correct.
You guys have seen this, right?
Seeing what?
Mox
Stop looking at the stars.
grabs Dog's the shoulder of his jacket and just pulls him a little closer. You said that if anything went wrong, we would leave. I think things are going bad.
Yeah, but we still need a power source unless you're gonna Fred Flintstone it out of here. I mean, we can just run. There's desert there, but...
All right, okay. All right.
Shoulders back, bud.
And Drall is reaching around immediately for her glow after kind of taking in the darkness of the city, just like B. Never seen it dark before.
So as you do that, you all thankfully notice that individual items, devices, and power supplies have not been extinguished. So your glows still have power. Vehicles still have power. After that first kind of panicked breath, you do start to see small pinpoints of light twinkling back across the cavern and chasm of Solace, and you think for a second like, oh, there was just some weird power flux and the lights are coming back on. No, it's just everyone grabbing their glow and trying to see what the fuck is going on.
Torches, things like that. Galen's gonna jump into the Winnebago and basically suit up. So the leather jacket's going back on, the shotgun's going around the bandoleer's going back on and everything like that. He's coming back out with as he's kind of comes back out, he's got the pistol going into his holster on the side and stuff like that. And he'll throw another one of the extra shotguns that he had picked up with the team, throw it over towards B.
Thank you.
As you are doing that, Paperboy is quickly diving into various AR screens that he has pulled up around him. And he's got a nice little holographic glow encircling him. And you see him tapping rapidly, switching between screens, switching between conversations. Drall, this is very much like the work you saw him doing earlier that morning when you were at breakfast. And over the next couple minutes here, he kind of just dives into himself and what he's doing. And he comes up a second later saying, well, I don't know. I don't know anything really. But everyone I'm talking to right now is saying the exact same thing. Everyone is safe. I mean, like no one's saying they're getting jumped or attacked or anything. Everyone's confused.
Any any note on like maybe a point of origin for the shutdown? Is it the whole grid? Is it just half of it?
I don't know. I can start asking people. I can start looking around. Give me a second. And he
Nice.
starts working again.
B, you're with
Yeah.
me. We're going to the bonfire.
All right, Ferdie has generators there. I mean, they always told me not to touch them because I wanted parts, but like, I know they have like 3 or 4 big duty ones. I know they can run at least like half a block to a block. I don't know if we want to do like a little oasis for people.
We need to get eyes on whatever's happening within the city at this point. That's about our best chance, but let's just say if this is what I think it is, then they're going to be going for her anyways, so we should get to her to begin with.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You think this is the masquerade?
Well, I'd probably spare about 3 out of the 6 bullets in my chamber to say that I'm going to put one of them between one of their heads if it is, so yeah, we should at least go find out.
Fantastic. I mean, you just taught me how to do some good fighting skills, so I think this will be good.
Well, this is what they call learning on the job now, isn't it?
If we can find the source of the problem, I should be able to do something about it.
Are you going to use a dark wave generator?
What? No, I was gonna use my brain and like tools to stop it.
Sorry, I just.
Why does everything always come back to dark wave generator lately? It's so one note.
That's how we met you.
Your brain.
Your brain's
good
got
brain.
hella wrinkles, my boy, but work with our
Thank
friend
you.
here and try to figure it out. You and Dog, I know, could get it back online. We're gonna go try to figure out what the hell's going on with a little bit of muscle, and then the Terror Twins over here that are on the internet will be able to fill us in, because our glows are still working, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. They can fill us in and give us overwatch on what's going on up here. Y'all know, I look at Drall. You know how to at least handle some of the safety measures, let's just call it that way, on the Bago. You guys will probably be safe enough up here, but we'll go start taking a look and see what we can find.
Okay.
All right, so Drall and Paperboy are going to be stationed up here at the Winnebago for now. Galen and B are going down to the Barfly. Dog and Mox, are you going to stay here for now? Are you going to go down into Solace? Are you going to go get some equipment? You going to wait for instructions?
Would I, with just my general knowledge of electronics, would I have any idea where it's most likely that someone would try to get in and fuck with the electrical grid? Or would I have no idea about that?
So Mox would have a lot of knowledge about power systems. And he would know that a big, relatively, city like this probably has a lot of transformers and different lines of power to go from point A to point B to spread it across. You know that a lot of thing runs on element 121. All of that being said, seeing a power shutdown this wide, this simultaneously, tells you that something at the source. There has to be some sort of source point. Mox has never seen that source point in Solace. Logic would dictate it is somewhere safe. It is somewhere secure. As you have been in Solace for this past time, it's not like you saw a door in the wall that said power station. You haven't seen power lines running around. So you are confident enough with your intelligence and your skill to know that there is something probably further back in the canyon walls, something underground. Not that it's necessarily hiding, it's just secure, which is common sense. So for something like that to have been tampered with, and you didn't see a big attack, it's like no one dropped a missile on you, so it's not like anything like that. So this must have been someone who had access to it going down there to tamper with it, or someone sneaking their way in who knew their way around.
Looking at Dog and quickly summarizing the general idea, do you think then it would make sense if we wanted to find where they got in? Should we go to the barfly too? Ask Ferdie? Maybe Ferdie would know where it is.
Oh yeah, Ferdie knows everybody.
I mean, she knows more than me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to be tracing cables, I think that'd take a while.
I'm pass, if at all possible.
Yeah. Now's not that time. Yeah.
All
So
right.
I think we might tag along with the other two for now.
Yeah. All right.
Could use a drink.
All right. So let's first follow the 4 of you going down to the bar. It is very weird walking down into Solace. That is so unlike what you are used to. Galen and Mox, you are visitors, relatively new to the city, but even in that short amount of time, you've adjusted to the normal beats of life here, and it is just such an awkward, strange dissonance of seeing almost pure pitch black, but just with little pockets of light from people's individual devices, kind of little pools of light. Dog.
Is it like mass
Bee,
panic, or is it like everybody kind of roughing it, or is it eerie
It's a little
silence?
It's a little bit of all of that. Like, it's been minutes since this occurred, and you were all kind of processing this. So it was definitely eerie silence for a second. You hear a little bit of kind of a swell of noise as you hear people shouting to each other, general exclamations of like, "What's going on? What the fuck happened? Is your power? What is mine out? What is yours?" You hear people communicating to each other, getting their backup generators, checking various device batteries, looking at their vehicles. So it's kind of like a mix of everything. You've come to see that the people of Solace are generally very connected in their collaboration and cooperation. So it's not like a riot is breaking out. No one's tussling with each other. No one's scared or running or pulling guns. It's not like everybody is jumping in to help every other single person, but there is enough working together to figure out what is happening. And you see little pools of light start to bloom and illuminate on the floor of the canyon. You see vehicles kick on. You see pools of headlights spill out into the night. You see a couple bright lights flare here and there on the canyon walls, and you figure people are probably kicking on their backup generators or something like that. Again, it is all individual devices, vehicles. None of the main lights are kicking back on yet. You kind of realize as you're walking now that there was a little bit of a background thrum of power that you'd never really heard, but now that it's gone, you recognize its absence. Bee and Dog, having grown up here, having lived here for an extended period of time, this is very disconcerting. This is that sensation of the power's out. I'm walking through my house, like I know where the couch is, but what if it's suddenly not there? So you're very hesitant, even though Nothing has moved. Like you're holding it together, but this is really getting under your skin. Because it's never happened before. You've never ever had any experience of brownouts, blackouts, power fluctuations. Solace has always been on and operational for as long as you've been here. But as you go into the city, there is enough ambient light from folks around you to get to where you're going without trouble. Yes, Lux.
As we're walking through and people are behaving in this relatively calm way, as you said, or at least not panicky, Mox just looks at the group.
You know, something like this ever happened in one of the plexes, it would be absolute fucking anarchy from second one.
I mean, yes. I hear they have random brownouts down in the Florida metroplexes, though.
But a full blackout for the entire plex? That they didn't know, didn't expect?
Yeah.
You know, the difference is all of us are kind of used to like going out and seeing the stars and being outside, you know, and we're not like force-fed screens. So it's okay. We're also, you know, give a shit about each other around here. So that's nice. I can't imagine doing a rolling brownout in Florida, though. That sounds like real bad for your pants.
Anytime you go to Florida, you end up with a brownout.
In your pants?
Is that just my experience? Huh. Well.
So the four of you are making your way towards the barfly.
They're gonna win.
You see that. Yeah, walking fast. You're homebound. You see that one of these larger pools of light is definitely the bar. So there is light streaming out from the bar. Not its usual light, clearly the emergency lights, but it is not entirely dark. And you see that a couple people have pulled their vehicles up to the front of the bar and are shining their headlights in so that the building is illuminated. There's a couple people sitting on the front stoop, so to speak, just like leaning on a rail, watching the city above them be this weirdness. And you can hear voices from inside as well.
Hey, you guys, you know where Ferdie is? Who's working the bar?
I haven't seen Ferdie. I think Willis is in there.
Willis? All right. B's gonna lean over to Galen and be like, where's Ferdie?
Don't know in all of this at the moment, but we're going inside to find out at least.
Okay. I mean, Willis is a good puller, but he ain't know shit about the generators.
Who's Ferdie's second in command?
I mean, we used to say it was me, but I guess it's Willis.
You don't know where these generators are that you think of, or where the power comes from?
Oh, I know where they are. I just wasn't supposed to touch them.
Oh. Well, then we should probably fire them up.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the ambiance is nice. It looks really like the Farbly over here. Got a whole party on the stoop. But, yeah, no, it'd probably be good. I know that there's some folks down on this next block that have some communications things that they could probably have up. I don't know if they have generators for those. I'm pretty sure that we're tapped in on that. So it might be a good idea.
Can you take the boys and go get the generators back up and running?
Oh, yeah, of course. How about you take Umbra, just in case.
Okay.
You know, extra communication, extra muscle. And we'll keep you guys updated.
Sounds good.
All right, boys, you're coming with me.
Let's roll.
And we will switch back up to the top of the ridge. Drall and Paperboy. Paperboy is working in that manic, high-speed flurry of motion, jumping from screen to screen, app to app, text to text. He's just bouncing back and forth. Drall, you've seen a lot of hackers and operatives over your years. You have seen people with various cyber enhancements. You've seen some of the people that have extra digits extend out from their hands for typing faster and faster. You've seen people just, plug in with their tech heads, or a couple stylish people who like an actual cable running from one thing to another just to make themselves stand out from the norm. And Paperboy doesn't seem to have any of that. He really just seems like he is that fast and skilled and talented. And you don't know if he has any underlying cyber tech that you haven't seen, but it is impressive the way he works. And he is bouncing all over the place. You see him jump on a couple voice calls, and you hear him talking to a few folks. Some of their names you recognize, some of them you don't. And like earlier and like now, when he is kind of rapid fire talking to people in code almost, and just short sentences. That's what he's doing when he's verbally speaking to people too. It's like sentence fragments. It's, oh, did you look at the, and then it's, hey, how about Exto 78? Like, he's just rattling off rapid fire stuff that you're not always catching. But after 10 minutes or so, he kind of surfaces, shakes his head, and comes out of it, and he says, all right, so no one has identified any threats. None of the exterior sensor grids picked up any kind of interference. None of the alarms were triggered. There were no threats on the big board. Nothing was assessed as a risk to the city. I'm shocked. I'm totally surprised. No one knows what's going on. He shrugs and sits back. I don't know.
Well, Big Brain, it just means that they're very, very good. Because there's no way this isn't a targeted attack. No, there's no way, right?
I mean, I guess you're right, but
where's the grid?
Like the one all around us that we use for
No. Where can you control it?
Oh.
Where's the hub? And she leans forward and she kind of twirls her hair just a little bit and messes with her hoodie string.
Well, there are a couple different operational centers throughout the city. There's and he's going back and forth between this conversation with you and a couple messages that are popping up even as you're talking. So he's kind of splitting his attention here. There's one there's a couple up here. He's trying to focus here. There's a couple that are really more dedicated on assessing the area around us, like the external facing sensors, looking for threats, looking for danger. I know deeper in the city, there are a couple different centers that are more focused on just maintaining the operations of Solace. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not...
It's like the control center, right?
Yeah, kind of, more or less.
If you're in the Zord, it's the head, right?
Weren't they more in the body, though?
Yeah, they were, but
Sometimes it depends. It depends on the season.
It really does.
Yeah, sometimes they're in the arms and legs.
Who knows?
I'm not super allowed to be there, but I'm not allowed to be there.
Well,
I mean,
that sounds like a field trip.
If we really, really want to do it the right way, we should probably ask the boss. I can call him.
Oh, well, if it's that easy, I was just gonna say, right is it's all about perspective. If we're doing the right thing, better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Yeah. But if you've got like an N, and if you think,
I mean,
if you think, I mean, you clearly know best. So
I mean, maybe I know best. I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to them for a couple days. They were busy doing something. They said they said no contact. They had to deal with something that came up suddenly, like an emergency. But I can still give them a call.
Got the answer today.
Maybe. Hold on. and on one of his screens, he died. Like a phone app pops up, and he hits a speed dial button, and the name Ferdie plays on the screen, and you just see like dialing. Line goes dead. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just dealing with all of this. I'm not like super important in the hierarchy.
Forgiveness?
Yeah. Maybe someone else is already on their way. Maybe, and then maybe they're there, and we can just team up, and it will be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Do you have to grab anything? Do you need your gear?
No, I'm gonna message the crew and just let them know which direction we're heading, so that we can. And I'm gonna lock all this shit up.
Yeah.
And she's gonna pack a pistol, and she's got a knife too. Do you want anything? And she just flings her other knife directly towards him, point towards him. Do you need anything? If you want me to cut up a sandwich, I'm your boy. But other than that, I don't normally tussle. Oh, and then she turns around and she grabs another knife, puts it in her boot, and she's got her back to you, and she said, "Well, it's just a good thing you're pretty then."
He starts to get up and trips over his own feet, and then just kind of stumbles into standing up and is brushing his pants off, hoping you didn't notice.
I totally didn't notice. Takes the arm. Shall we? And she messages on the glow. She messages B, heading towards the Megazord head. B is there.
So you go with Paperboy. You are very familiar with Solace. You know its ins and outs. You know a lot of the back alley routes, the secret passages from point A to point Z. Solace is really your home turf. So Paperboy first is taking you somewhere very familiar to you. He leads you down some of the main steps that take you from the ridge, the top of the canyon, into its base, towards its base. He turns off that main drag and takes you into kind of one of the back alleys, the hallways carved into the rock behind a lot of the people's residences, a lot of the storefronts. And you're very familiar with all of this. You know that a lot of the stuff back here is operations, utilities, storage, people's farms that don't need sunlight. You know, there's just stuff back here. So he's winding you through all of this. And then he takes you kind of an odd turn that you didn't really expect. and there's another flight of steps that leads you deeper into like the behind the scenes of Solace, the really back rooms, not just the, this is my backyard. No, you're really going into the basement of Solace here. And he opens up a door, and there's kind of a spacious cavern in front of you. You see that there are a lot of fiber optics and cables and computer screens and workstations. And there are maybe a dozen people in this room right now. But there are, at a quick glance, maybe 2 or 3 dozen workstations at various levels of this cavern. So you're kind of thinking like maybe these are the emergency people or the night crew or the emergency crew, something like that. And you hear all of them talking to each other, kind of that abbreviated code speak that Paperboy was using, as they're just rapid fire working, talking to each other, trying to figure things out. Paperboy doesn't do like the Vanna White shows you the room kind of thing, but he leads you through it to a spare workstation. He sits down and there's an empty seat next to him, and he says, this is one of the communication centers, actually. It was just the closest one to get to. I figured we could start here. This is where a lot of the internal and external comms are routed through, where a lot of the stuff is monitored and scrubbed. It's where we pull in a lot of the information we obtain and scrub for a variety of intel, and either store it or route it to the appropriate parties. So if anyone's talking about what's happening, we may be able to find an answer.
As Drall enters this room, she's not used to seeing this side of things. She's used to just messaging and then the internet taking its own little, Solace taking its own bit. She doesn't really get to see where decisions or maintenance for Solace is done. So she walks into this room and immediately takes in everything she can possibly take in while maintaining a relaxed demeanor. She would like to clock everyone in this room. Is anyone look like they're hiding something, fidgeting, sweating, anything like that? I'm looking for somebody who's responsible or involved and trying to hide it.
Why don't you give me an insight check? After all, we are playing a role-playing game.
Oh, I forgot. I thought we were just chilling. We're chilling.
Just chilling and telling stories.
Yeah, just
playing make-believe.
Yeah. Well, I gotta find it. It's all very small. Oh, I see. Oh, I have a -1. That's a 10. Sad.
You see that everybody is stressed. So what you would normally look for, everybody is displaying equally, which makes perfect sense. No one jumps out at you as abnormal or hiding anything. But that also tells you that everyone is very focused on their job. No one in this room is slacking off. No one is making it look like they're working, going through the paces of working, putting on an appearance of working. Everyone that you can see is legitimately sweating and working and trying to figure this out.
Okay. As she figures that out and Paperboy's getting ready to do Paperboy related things, she is going to lean slightly against the station that he's kind of taken up, and she's going to lean down. It's secure, but still a little, the vibe's off.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole fucking city just shut down instantly.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, right?
Is the vibe being off?
Yeah, I mean, I would say. Well, what I'm trying to say is, I don't think there's a rat in here.
What, like? Do you think something chewed through the lines? I don't think there's anything that big out here.
I don't think they exist at all.
Wait, I've seen rats.
No, I meant like, oh, okay, I keep forgetting we're crossing the streams here. Someone who's parading as a good guy, but a naughty guy.
I thought you meant like the little chompy with the claw, not a person. Okay. Sorry, I don't live in your. Okay.
I don't live in yours. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. I've definitely worked with all these people for years and years and years and years. They're good people. Hey, Tim.
Relaxes.
And he plugs in and dials in and starts to work a little bit, and you again see that constant stream of information going across multiple AR screens that pop up in front of him. Let's switch back real quick. So Galen, you sent B off with Dog and Mox. Where are you going?
He's going up top to first check Ferdie's office and make sure nobody's sitting there.
Okay.
If nobody's there, then he's going to kind of peer up and do Overwatch and see who's all still in the bar and everything like that, and make sure everything is copacetic.
Cool. So you walk in and the bar is crowded. The bar is very full. It's alternating between that very dull conversation, that very quiet, everybody's talking to each other in very hushed tones, and then it just kind of shifts into silence, and it kind of comes back to people talking. Like there's this wave of silence and very quiet conversation going back and forth. A couple of the servers are handing out drinks and food. You hear a couple louder voices, still very quiet in tone to the usual cacophony in the bar, asking for food or drink. You see Willis is at the bar, and there's a couple other bartenders beside him. Do you just walk past him, give him the nod? Do you talk to him? Do you just wait till he's busy and head right up?
Galen's gonna kind of walk up to him off the side kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if he's, try to wave him over a little bit to catch his eye a bit.
Like he does that thing where, like you've seen bartenders do it, where like they give you the nod to acknowledge that you acknowledged him. Mm-hmm. He's just asking you to wait for a second.
Yeah.
And he does a couple things real quick, and he kind of comes over to you, throws a towel over his shoulder, and he's washing his hands in the little work sink right there. Hey, man, what's going on? Everything okay? You all right?
We got some people taking a look for it, but anybody suspicious been around here tonight? Anybody sniffing around Ferdie's office?
Oh, what? No, not at all. I mean, we were just getting ready for dinner, just wrapping up from dinner. Time isn't making sense. We were wrapping up from dinner, and everything went out, and everyone kind of freaked out. But we got some lights going, and I've just been trying to keep people chill.
I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna keep an eye on from the top down.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ferdie said you and your crew are okay, so sure.
Okay, just give me a little shout if you see anything that comes off on any of that, because something ain't quite adding up here.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's definitely weird as fuck. This kind of shit doesn't happen, but okay, yeah, thanks. And he immediately, like, 3 or 4 people call his name simultaneously, and he rushes away from you. Not like panic rushing, but I've got shit to do in the service industry kind of rushing.
Yeah. So then I'll head upstairs, and is her office locked, or?
So, yes and no. There is Ferdie's office, and then there's Ferdie's office in the back. So there is a little workspace that you were in before where you just had that conversation a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that room is unlocked. And that is very much just a typical office. There's a desk, there's screens, stuff on the walls, shelves, and you can just walk right in. Nothing out of the ordinary. The back room, that storage room where you saw an unfortunate individual tied to a chair, that door is locked.
I'd like to investigate around it to see if it has been opened or anything like that. Like if somebody's trying to get in the back of it or something like that.
Okay. Investigation check.
16.
Ooh, all right. So right off the bat, you don't see anything that indicates tampering to the locks. You definitely see the drag marks from a body being removed, and a little bit of evidence of what happened to that body.
Okay.
But nothing jumps out at you as someone doing something suspicious or dangerous. And you're pretty confident in seeing that. You've got a lot of background in assessing a scene very quickly for security.
Okay. Then he's gonna come out and just kind of gently close the door behind him, and just kind of perch up top and just watch the people around, in the bar and stuff like that, and see if he's noticing anything off base.
Okay. Yeah. So you are up on like that second level balcony in the bar, looking down over it. It's, even though you haven't been in Solace for a long time, you've been in the bar frequently, so it's weird seeing everyone just sitting quietly at a table, coming or going. No one's dancing around, no one's cavorting. The normal chaos and energy of the bar is gone. So it's weird. But you kind of like that because you feel it's going to help you observe or see any problems easier.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of sit there for a while, take a look at it, kind of see what everybody else is doing and stuff like that, and then see what Mox, Dog, and B are up to in terms of their ability to get the generators back online and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because he's fairly certain something's gonna come down right now. And I think the barfly being very center of town-esque, at least gives him a chance to get to anywhere if he hears or sees of any major other issues.
Yeah, of course. So let's follow B here with Dog and Mox. B, you know where the generators are. You know that underneath the barfly, it's got a basement where most of the food stores, extra seating, chairs, tables, various supplies are kept. You know that there is a sub-basement, and that is where these generators are, along with some of the other operational equipment of the bar. It's really just kept out of the way. And you know that there's a couple ways to get down there. For the storage, that main basement, there are a couple doors in through the kitchen, in through like the prep area, and then there is an actual back door that's securely locked that takes you straight down to like the ops center where the generators are. So, how do you want to get down there? Where do you want to go?
Well, I mean, I've been through these little basements for, since I was knee high, so just gonna, kick one of the barrels, see if one of the spare keys is in there. If it's not, I'm gonna go and wiggle one of the drawers, see if it's in there. And if all else fails, I guess I'm gonna have to pick the lock, which I have before, but I did get yelled at because it started an alarm somewhere, so I guess I'll just kick a barrel for now. Boys, don't be looking until I get everything. Just avert your eyes really quick. You don't see what I'm doing.
All right, so the first two places you check for the spare key, it is not there. But then you remember that there is a collection of old neon signs
Oh, yeah.
that Ferdie has a habit of tracking down because they just really like trying to repair them and put them up. So they're all stashed in a back corner, and you think maybe because you know not to mess with Ferdie's signs.
Right.
They're Ferdie's
with.
Yeah, they're like Ferdie's special thing that they love to work on, their passion project. So you're thinking maybe go check over there, and lo and behold, there's the set of keys.
Is it under the Route 66 sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right in like the little hole of the 6.
Oh, fantastic. So glad they never changed that to Route 666. Hey boys, I found the key. We're gonna go through this big door. The generator should be in there. If I remember right, this is a secure room, but I think we should probably make sure that nobody's been messing around down here too. And B's gonna go. B's gonna go and unlock the door. Oh, and don't touch those signs. And B's gonna open the door very slowly with a shotgun in the crack.
So the door was locked. So you have to unlock. It's not like it had been closed a little bit or something. So it clearly was still secure. You open the door very carefully. Nothing jumps out at you. It's dark in there. There's no lights.
Shit.
You reach over for the switch. Nothing happens.
I don't know why I thought that'd work. Does anybody have a light?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you.
It's just a cheap Bic style lighter.
Argos looks up at you for a second, kind of shakes his puppy head, and just clicks on the LEDs of his face screen.
You asked for a light.
Thank you, sweet Argos. And B's gonna pet Argos on the head
Hey,
and
B,
just like
give you a
look
little
back
head
and
nuzzle.
just-
Well, be more specific next time.
But I'll ask you for a light at a different time. Alex. Thank you. I'm gonna venture on into the room. I'm assuming you boys are following.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got a flight of stairs descending in front of you, and then they open up into a bigger room here. The light coming from Argos plays across the room, casting these really massive shadows as he moves his head. So it's got that very creepy vibe of strange shadows moving across the walls. In the far corner, there are 3 massive, like, taller than Mox sized boxes of something, and B knows that those are the generators. I just wanted a nice average measurement of height to give you an example of what you're seeing.
That's cool. We're back to the 5'7", the 5'6" thing.
That's what we call a callback, ladies and gentlemen, if you're paying attention. There's a nice little deep cut for you if you're paying attention.
Top shelves don't exist.
It's okay. Call me in real life. I got you. Sorry, hold on 1 second.
That little tangent brought to you by me being ridiculous. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna live that down. B's gonna nudge Mox and go, those boxes over there, those are our power.
You mean the ones that's slightly taller than me?
Slightly is a word you can use, yeah. We should go and open those up. Dog, can you shine the light over here? We need some assistance.
Yep. Hold on, I got you.
Argos too.
If we gotta open it from the top, we might need someone other than me to open it.
It's okay, I'll just stand on your shoulders.
Thank you.
So you see, as you shine your lights over there, that there are operating panels on all three of the generators, and there's like blinking standby lights showing you that they are operational, just turned off right now. And there's little panel buttons and a couple switches. B, you know how to turn these on. Dog and Mox, within seconds of looking at them, these are very user friendly, so you can very easily operate them.
Would these generators be hooked to anything that B didn't know about? Just checking.
Is entirely possible.
Okay.
There's quite a few things that B doesn't know about the barfly right now.
If only there was a way to determine that with maybe a ball-shaped thing with sides.
What are those? Balls?
Put your kimono back on.
Oh, sorry, I got
Sir,
nervous.
you don't know each other like that. You're like a brother.
Yeah, could I do any? Can Mox try to see what he can see?
Yes,
can
Mox
see a
can
lot.
definitely see what he can see.
Within a
Perception,
investigation.
investigation.
I mean, like about the electronics that I'm seeing.
Oh, absolutely. Electronics would be a great
Cool.
check for that.
Then 29.
Nice. All right, so after recovering from this blow to your ego about your height, which was completely unintentional, meant with all love because we're the same height, you see that quickly this is way too much power for one building. Element 121 powers everything pretty much forever. And a generator like this could probably get a couple blocks going, and there's 3 of them. So you know that something's up. You start poking around, looking at a couple things. You see that there is one generator specifically routed up through the bar. So clearly that is for main operations, going up to Ferdie's office. Maybe a couple of other nearby buildings or restaurants or whatever are tied in, who knows? But the other 2 are going somewhere else. And as you continue to follow those lines, as you continue to kind of poke along with it, read a couple things off of the apps on your Glow, you realize that these are pumping power to some sort of communications array. And you don't know a lot about Solace, but from the bits and pieces you have picked up over your time here, you are getting the feeling that, while on its surface, Solace is very much an an oasis in the wasteland, a place where people can come together and work together. It's a hub for travel and trade and merchants out here outside of the metroplexes, and it's thriving with that type of life. There's a lot of trade and money in Solace. It's not like as rich as a Plex, but there's more money here than you think would just be, oh, we're a little trading hub, even a big one like this. You've heard a couple people saying things here and there, and you're kind of feeling like maybe there's like a secret trade to Solace. Maybe they're like information brokers or intel brokers. Maybe they're observers, like a couple little pieces of information, bits and pieces of conversations, just your own common sense and logic. There's something else going on in Solace here. The reason this city is here is not just it happens to be here. It has a purpose. And seeing that there's these 2 massive generators in a bar basement that you're very confident are flagged for communication hubs and are probably backup generators to make sure those communication hubs are maintained in an emergency. It's got you thinking.
And who all is currently down here right now? Is it just the
3 of you? You, Dog, and B. And Argos, of course.
Oh, I wish Drall were here. She'd probably know more about the communications aspect of things.
And you can always...
Yep, that was the plan. But first to the other 2 who are already here.
B, Dog, you all know more about Solace than I do. Why, pray tell, does a bar require all of this?
I mean, Ferdie always told me that it was always good to be prepared in case something bad happened to Solace. Are you seeing something weird? Because I know Ferdie has a lot of secrets that Ferdie isn't telling me.
Yeah. Kinda getting that.
Dog, you also put the pieces together that this is a lot of power for a bar.
Yeah, now that you mention that, that's kind of weird. I just thought it was because we're kind of a beer culture here, and it was pretty important. But now that you put it put it out there, that's a little strange. And then she knows about the the Schmobalt Smash Parade, and she knows a lot. Yeah.
Mox pulls up and calls Drall.
Draw your glow rings. You are currently still sitting next to Paperboy. These scenes played out very simultaneously, so maybe just a minute or two after you had that conversation with Paperboy and he was doing some work, Mox is calling you, so we can establish a little bit of a timeline here.
Drall, it's
Yeah.
Mox
Are you on your way?
from work. Question.
I told them we were friends!
Do you have any idea, is there more to... You know what? Let me just ask. Is there more to Solace than I figured out?
Almost positively, yeah.
Great.
This make any sense to you? And just shows the generators.
I am currently...
Can you make it bigger?
No,
Can you make it bigger?
no, you can. Jesus. I'm currently standing underneath the... Do you still see me? I'm currently standing underneath
Yeah, I got it.
the barfly.
Wait,
and-
the what? The barfly?
The barfly. The
Barfly.
Yes.
And I point out the communications grade generators.
Yep, these are definitely commercial grade generators.
Yes, I got that part on my own, thank you very
Where
much. I was
are
wondering
you?
if you... I am currently underneath... Did you not hear me?
No, I meant like locate, like. Okay. Anyway, well, what do you want? What do you want?
I'm just
you
asking
coming?
if you know why these are here.
Oh, shit. Show me again.
Oh, Jesus.
Get really close to that one. Yeah. Hey, Paperboy.
Huh? What?
What the fuck is that?
And he looks at can you make it bigger?
Jesus.
Yeah, can you make it
fucking
bigger?
Christ. No, I can't make it bigger. I can move closer to it. Is that what
Yeah.
you want me to do?
Yeah. Where are you? Hey, where is he? Where are you?
I'm currently standing under...
Hold on, Mox. You hear out from off screen. Guys, we're in one of the sub basements of the Firefly.
Sub-basement. Barfly.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That's where Ferdie operates out of, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's and he gets a little bit closer. He's not yelling in this room. Yeah, that's probably their backup for like all of the backup files, all of the databases, probably some of the secure communication lines we maintain. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, Mom.
Is Ferdie there? Where are I can't call them. Are they there?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Why are you at the Barfly?
We told you we were going there.
But why are you still there? Like, I'm not where you left me. I've been doing shit.
Where the fuck are you?
I'm just hanging with all my 15 of my closest friends. Thanks for doing your job, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck I am. Somewhere communications, like it's like the head of a Megazord or some shit. I don't know.
You don't know where you are currently?
Well, I kind of just trusted him to. I mean, I know.
We're in one of the communication ops centers.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
what you just said. What the fuck did I just say?
This has been a very enlightening glow call. Anyone else have anything to say?
That's a waste
Should
of
we-
minutes.
Should we come to you?
Should they come do it?
Nah, we're fine. We'll get this. Everything's good. We should have lights up and everything. Communications Operations Center?
Yeah.
PB,
Huh?
how'd you get into that?
Get into what? The room? Oh, the door.
Yeah, thank you so much. I never knew that's how you got into rooms, by using doors. That's so revolutionary. No,
Well, some have curtains.
that's
I've-
not.
I have one in my house that's like beads.
You
I like
do?
how it
That's
feels when
so
I walk
cool.
through them. It's
Oh
really
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Maybe we can go and see that when we have all of the after parties. Now, can you tell me how you get into the Communications Operations Center?
Do you mean like how to get from where you are to here?
Yes.
You go. Wait, you're. And he's like trying to really puzzle it out, like this 3-dimensional. You're there, and then you gotta go up, and then.
Here's the entrance.
I got an idea. We'll send a picture. Okay, bye guys. And she is going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just said fuck.
And then she's gonna look at Paperweight. Well, they seem nice. And is gonna do a map of the area, and then give him like the paint tool. And then is gonna send it off to Mox.
Yeah, so you give him like the blueprints of where you've been, and he gets a little paintbrush and is drawing the path you walk. and you send it over. In the sub-basement, do you turn on all of the generators?
Yes.
Okay, so even in the sub-basement, you can hear a roar of "Hey!" from up above as the full lights of the barfly kick back on.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
I
Boys,
feel like there should have been some victory music there or something.
right?
Thank you, Argoth.
Whoa, yeah, kick start my heart, kick started my heart. Whoa,
Babe,
Yeah.
I love you, please. The moment.
baby. Done.
We can do karaoke later. That's fine. So, okay, so you're saying that this is too many generators. It's not just for the block or the communications people that's next door. Because I know they run like a little radio. What do you guys think this is then? Is it like a server farm? Is Ferdie like bootlegging old media? Like, I've never seen this, and I'm asking you guys. You have more experience.
You have more experience with her.
Well, I thought so too. They did raise me, but they always had a lot of secrets.
I can't think of what she would need this much energy for on tap at any time of the time of the day. And I'm a little upset that I didn't know about it.
Dog, you've definitely been in the regular basement many times because Ferdie has sent you down to like grab a stool because you broke one.
Well,
Or to grab some parts for a repair job of a screen or a piece of equipment that you said you would do and then you never did, and then things went a little sideways and they just sent you down there to get something to try to work on it. But you never went down to the sub basement. You don't even remember if you noticed the sub basement.
just to be clear, you know, when you're around as much as I am, sometimes things just wear out from wear and tear, and you just happen to be there. Don't mean you got to take the blame for it every single time. And I don't know who Dog is talking to in this moment. God, I suppose. But just let
It's a totally fair comment to make.
Okay, but to be fair, Dog, you did decide to take that stool and whack it upside Chad's head.
Hold on. I'm talking to God, not you. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm here to be your
Chad
guy
probably
for a second
deserved
and
it.
tell you that you shouldn't be breaking stools unless you can, like, I don't know, take responsibility for it. So,
Boy, this is a good use of time right now instead of figuring out what the fuck Ferdie needs these giant generators for underneath the basement in the basement.
Are you two done?
I guess.
fine. So should we go and join up with Galen and go find
Is there
me?
is there anything regarding these generators that I could look at, get into, that might give me more information about what they are, where they're powering, what they're currently being used for?
You could definitely run a diagnostic, so to speak, to understand where their power is being directed and how it's being used. Something like that is not quick, though. It's not like there's just a display on a screen. It would take maybe 5-10 minutes.
Is there a way to follow the cords from the generators while Mox is doing that to see where they go, other than the one that goes to the far block.
Yes, you can definitely see where the power leads go. From where you are in the sub basement, even looking around. And of course, now all the lights are blazing back on. So, fully illuminated room that you're in now, you can see that these are the generators are up on stands, so they're off the floor a little bit. One of them, you can see the power output leads into the floor, so further down. And the other one, there are power leads going off basically to the left and the right of the bar.
Can I roll to see if there are any like doors, trap doors, secret hidden doors behind any arcade machines or vending machines?
Sure. How about investigation or perception? And while this is happening, Mox, are you doing that more intense diagnostic?
Yes, please.
Cool. No, absolutely.
Do I need to make a check for that?
No, because that's just running the app and, doing what it does. You're not like solving a puzzle or anything. So it's just the time it takes.
Can I smoke down here? Is that all right?
1. You can smoke 1. If Ferdie finds out, she's gonna kick your ass.
Just looking at the lone cigarette.
Better make it count, baby.
I rolled a 15.
Ooh, okay. So, that is. Sorry, I got distracted. There's something crawling up my studio wall.
Name him.
Jim.
Jim, don't hurt him, okay?
I'll take him outside.
Okay. No, I was talking to Jim about you.
Oh, okay. I'm bargaining with Jim right now.
Yeah.
All right. So, B, you cannot find any secret doors or other rooms. But you do find that there is an operations diagram on the back of the generators, like detailing service logs and where they are connected to and who was working on them and things like that. So you see Ferdie's name down here, having installed them and tested them. You see that the main generator, generator 1, is listed as the bar operations. You see that the second one is labeled as communications backup. And you see that the third is labeled as data backup. And as you are looking at all of this, Mox, your diagnostics finish running. You can see that the main generator is clearly tied into a local power grid where several blocks of space around the bar can tap into it and use it as needed. You see that power is also being sent to very top of the line military grade communications equipment. And then you see power is also being sent to just maintain data backups. So very much server farm style, just terabytes upon terabytes of data to ensure that it is maintained, not lost, and not compromised in any way.
I think Jim has a friend.
Jim and his plus one.
Jill.
Dude, almost talking to himself, actually pretty much primarily talking to himself, seeing this. Is this what the Cobalt Masquerade really wanted when they came here, I wonder? There something in here they didn't want getting out? Or am I just being paranoid again? All right, I think they're finished. Let's see here. And hands the data over to Dog and Bee.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dog, you might know how to read this better than I do. I'm good with engineering, but you know.
Ferdie is rocking some powerful equipment.
I also am an engineer and very insightful and salvaging. Shall I attempt?
With
Salvage information from me?
Dog has the utmost confidence that he can get anything from anything.
what kind of check would you like to make in association with that? A salvage check?
For information. For information?
What would make you happy here, Pete? I want to let you play the game the way you want to play the game.
Nothing, because the way you said it makes me think it's going to be a failure no matter what, Dad.
I don't want to yuck any yums. I want to encourage you to be creative with your character and your skills.
Dog, with the utmost confidence, is going to put on his engineering hat and say that he can do it.
Okay.
And he rolled a 13. So, you know.
You confidently feel that the information that has been gained is accurate.
Yep.
You also think to yourself that if there really is something bigger going on, kind of tapping into some of those conspiracy theories you like to think about late at night.
Oh, yeah.
If there really is something bigger going on, does it make sense that it is all run exclusively out of right here, or that this is part of a larger operation?
Oh my God, guys. This is part of a larger operation. Oh my God. Art Bell, bless me. It's a conspiracy. Ferdie was in deep.
Yes, but with whom?
I don't know. That's the question. I'd roll an underworld check, but I don't think that's high enough.
I mean, yes, that is the question. That's almost literally the question I asked.
Oh, guys, you know who would probably know how to actually interpret this?
Drall?
Drall, but also...
PB?
Galen?
Yeah, hold on, Galen.
You asked it a question.
Yeah, don't
No.
ask a question if you're just gonna fill it in. Rhetorical questions are weak.
Oh, sorry.
Don't
for
say
being
do.
rhetorical.
Say you guys know who would, comma, this person, not do you know who.
I agree.
Dramatic pause.
I did not come down in the sub-basement to get a grammar lesson from either of you yahoos.
It's complimentary.
What?
I am not feeling complimented right now. But I am going to go back up here. So if you want to, you can bring that information with you. We need to go find Galen because I think Galen might be able to help.
So we're smash cut over to Drall and Paperboy. Paperboy's like, weren't your friends coming? Weren't they on their way?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
There are probably some wires crossed or something.
Oh,
I'll just call Galen. He's probably holding them all by a leash or something anyway.
Did Mox send a thumbs up emoji to the map?
He better fucking not have. About to piss me off. And so she's gonna look at Paperboy. There's so many heads to count. It's hard to keep track of them all. And then messages Galen the map. Paperboy and I are here. Where are you?
He just responds back, Barfly.
She's gonna message with like a screwed up face emoji. I didn't hear you say hello.
He'll kind of
Fine.
he'll probably back and say, oh hi, but it's HAI.
Oh hi! Laughing emoji, crying, laughing emoji. Heart. Okay. Well, I guess we'll head to the Barfly.
Okay.
Paperboy, wait.
Huh?
I know this is like super weird. And she's gonna get kind of a little close and she's gonna like brush the hair out of her eye, but like bring her hood down a little bit. Do you like being called anything other than Paperboy?
And he gets very red in the face.
Okay.
I mean, it's the name I picked. I kind of like it.
Oh, I like that you picked that name. All right.
Yeah.
Paperboy, would you like to go to the Barfly with me? I know there will be shenanigans.
Like, I mean, we're kind of in the middle of a big deal right now. I don't want to take.
Yeah, I think there's a big deal going on right there, and they could probably use our help. I mean, I could just leave you here, and I could come back. Can you turn your location on for me, though, first? I know that's super weird, but like, I'm really worried about it.
No. Yeah, how about that? Let me stay here and do a couple more things.
Okay,
Here's
cool.
my location.
Oh, thank you so much.
Let me work with these folks, and then you can take care of your friends, and we'll just talk.
And as she's like, yeah, okay. She's kind of like, she's zipping up her hoodie, bringing it really tight, getting the strings. She's like adjusting her belt as she's walking backwards. Yeah. I'll see you on another time.
And he goes, yep, see ya. And he gets back into work.
She leaves. She hits herself at the door, but then leaves.
Yeah.
Dumb.
All right, so you can make your way back to the Barfly very easily. I feel like maybe by the time the three of you are coming up from the basement to find Galen, that's probably when Drall is about back to the bar. So all of you can see each other and find a quiet spot to conglomerate.
Yes. So what's the deal?
Not even a hello first? How
Hi.
are you?
You didn't respond to when I sent you the map, so
I think
thought we
you were
weren't
thumbs
talking.
up.
I thought we weren't talking. And is gonna look at Dog. How are things?
I
What's going on?
think the thumbs up. Why?
I told you not to do that.
I'm just fucking with you, man. You're so easy. So what's going on?
Food. Do y'all wanna say it, or you want me to say it? I mean, I figured it out.
Then you should be the one to explain it. I think.
No. I'm saying I got the glory of figuring it out. If you wanna tell the info, you can.
I mean, then it would just be hearsay, straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh, true. Okay, here's the thing. So Mox and V did this great thing and got some information out of the basement there's a sub basement. Got it out of there, got some information, and I deduced that Ferdie's running some information.
And she looks directly at B.
Yes?
Did you know?
No, I did not, and I'm starting to wonder how much I actually knew.
What kind of information?
I don't know. I mean,
it's hidden, so clearly it's not the best. Otherwise, she'd be like, "Look at all this information I have."
yeah. I was wondering if your paperboy might know, but I don't know if it's gonna be kind of showing our cards if we ask.
And she's gonna. I think it's okay if we show our cards.
So you trust him? Like, actually trust him?
Yeah.
You know, like, wanting to knock boots is one thing, but
Yeah. No, I really, really do.
That's a big deal.
I know if anybody's got my back, it's gonna. From people talking shit. Yeah, I trust him.
Okay. Well, should we check in with Willis and then go to the Communications Operations Center that I also didn't know about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Willis is now operating much more like normal. All the lights are back on, all the equipment, appliances, television, music is back on. You also see, looking out the windows, that a large a large area of Solace is now lit up with the barfly as the center of the circle. So those of you who saw that stuff down in the basement and are putting the pictures together, you clearly guess that that first generator, which powers up the bar, all of the stuff immediately around the bar is also now powered. As you look outside, you see other similar points around Solace, bigger pools of light. So in the time you have spent investigating, other people have powered up their own generators, scrapped things together, found different power sources, whatever. So Solace is now like Swiss cheese pocketed with puddles of light all over the place. Little polka dots of light all over the canyon. Willis says, "Hey, what's up?" You know, he's just operating the bar like normal at this point, since everything is kind of back to normal.
You gonna be all good?
Yeah, I mean, we got power. Thank you for doing that, by the way. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, can you let me know when Ferdie gets back? From
Sure.
Wherever they are.
Sure.
I assume it's errands. I'm not sure.
They didn't tell me where they were going.
Okay. And how long ago did they leave?
Dinner time?
Last night?
No, now night. Tonight.
Okay. Huh. Thanks. And then B's gonna grab a beer for the road.
Road
Willis doesn't-
beers.
Willis doesn't even try to stop you at this
Walk
point.
me down.
He just rolls his eyes.
Peace. And walk out the door.
All right. So as a group, you are heading back to the ops center where Paperboy was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get back there, no trouble, no one stops you. All of you, for the first time seeing it, are kind of in awe of this that Drall has already seen and adjusted to. Off in the corner, Paperboy is working. As opposed to when Drall left and he was sitting there, he is now standing on one of the upper levels. And there is like a big ops screen, like a big heads-up display. And you see kind of like a top-down overhead view of Solace. You see the big canyon. You see a map of all the different ins and outs and locations. You also see an overlay of different power lines, communication lines. You see a variety of different points marked on this map that you're not quite sure what they are. And as you walk in, Paperboy looks over and sees you and like waves you to come up to, and you can just trot up some stairs up to this second level. And now there's maybe 20-ish people here working, so more people have filtered in. As you come... Huh?
What are they wearing?
Everyone is wearing their own unique style of whatever. Solace is a very mismatched. There's no governing style or trend. A couple people are clearly in pajamas.
Okay.
With slippers.
I figured I would check because the last time B saw something like this was with Mercury.
Yeah.
So
no one is wearing uniformed lab coats.
Are there no fucky walls either?
None of the walls appear to be fucky. No.
Okay, sorry.
But this is very weird for B. Just like Drall, B was familiar with all the back alleys and ins and outs, probably more so than Drall, having really grown up here. B was always finding weird shortcuts through places. So finding this true, like, behind the scenes operational office, and B does not have the context of seeing anything like this from a Metroplex. So something this big and advanced is really shocking to her.
Galen, is this normal?
Galen's going to kind of head nod for him and B just to kind of get away from everybody else for just a little bit. And if you follow him over, he's going to kind of lean down a little bit to it. Not like full on lean down, like get on the knee kind of thing where you're consoling a child, but like getting a little closer down for it. And he's just going to kind of like look at it and look out at all the people and stuff like that with it. And he goes, look, just whatever you learn about Ferdie over the next, 24 hours or so, just know that she's doing it to protect you and to protect your well-being. Don't hold it against her, because we all got pasts we can't run away from. You promise me?
Yeah. I would like some context, though, and I'm getting a little angry.
Fair enough, but I'm not the one that can provide much context to you. Just know that Ferdie will be back when she's done talking to our friends, at least.
Ah, so you know. Okay. All right.
The rest of this, we'll figure out as we go, because she didn't even let me on all this stuff, so seems she'd be keeping a few secrets from all of us now.
I believe they have. All right. Well, I'll just follow along, keep my mouth shut, and listen to all y'all, because I know everybody else knows a lot more than I do.
Yeah, we'll all just play a little dumb, and that way we can be educated together.
All right, wizard.
And
So
then-
as it
oh, good.
as the two of you come back to the group, you see that they are chatting with Paperboy. And he has taken that big map you saw and from that surface level kind of flipped it over so you're looking at the city sideways almost. And there is like a big red line, dotted line going down. And he's saying, okay, so as weird as this sounds, it seems like for whatever reason, the power just turned off at the generators, the main powers for the city.
So they just flipped a switch and dark?
I don't know if there's a they in that sentence. I don't know if something went wrong. But with everything being shut down, any of the drones I would normally just send down, like they're just not functioning. So I'm not sure. But we have access routes. We can get down there and just see what happened.
Do you want us to go? Like, you guys all need to be here.
Yeah, I mean, if that's okay. It's not that far. It's deep, but that's where you got to be for the heat to be. So,
do you guys have any problem with that? I mean, I think in order to get to the bottom of this, we have to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I do think that we need to be properly prepared. I'm getting a weird feeling about this.
I brought a knife.
Happened. Knives are great, and I got a shotgun, and we have Umbra and everybody else. But like, I
would not complain about more ammunition.
Do we have more weapons or something down there? Is there a way for you to have eyes down there?
Well, I don't have access to the armory. The route you would take down though to the main geothermal generators, it's pretty simple and safe. I can send a couple drones along with you to activate if you want to stay in communication that way, or just to keep eyes on things.
I mean, better safe than sorry. We have 2 drones of our own too. We could always tap them into a network together.
Sure, yeah.
What do you guys say?
Well, I've got nothing else going on.
Yeah.
So, Paperboy gives you the quick rundown, gives you some schematics, gives you a map, gives you blueprints. This is all brand new information to all of you, even those that have lived here, that this whole place is running on top of a massive underground geothermal source of power. So that is a new tidbit of information about Solace. And he can, following the maps, you can easily access the path you need to take. There's a couple security doors. He gives you the keys, gives you the codes. Again, you are going further and deeper into this behind-the-scenes world of Solace.
But before we leave, Galen's just gonna kind of lean over to where Paperboy is, and I know he's working hard and doing his thing and stuff like that, but he's just gonna kind of lean over him in his hulking figure for a little bit and whisper in his ears, "When we get back, boy, you and I are going to have a very long conversation."
So he got a little bit of a shiver and a tickle when you whispered in his ears, and then he, okay.
And then Galen walks off.
As Mox walks by.
Be honest right now. How much did your asshole just pucker up when he said that? Be honest, just two of us here.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, even just watching it, mine did.
Walks off.
So, following the map, you are able to make your way down. This is all catwalks and girders and utility access points. Like this is not an office building kind of hallway. This is just the maintenance people go back here to do stuff kind of hallway. It takes a while. You're navigating for half an hour, and you're mostly just going like not like a spiral stairway going down, but you are progressively getting lower and lower with each level you take, and with each new door and walkway you find. You're going deeper and deeper underground, and you finally get to your destination, and you exit the walkway into just a massive, massive, massive underground cavern. Think very much like from the second Matrix movie when they went into Zion underground and there was that big meeting hall, the temple. Very much like walking into that. And you are just towered over by various industrial, massive pieces of equipment. Knowing that you are coming down into essentially a power supply station for the city of Solace, it makes sense that this is all part of that system. You've never seen anything this large, let alone specifically geothermal power, this deep underground, this big. So this is all ridiculous to you, the scope and scale of what you're looking at. But there is no hum of electricity. There's no hum of operation. Nothing is functioning right now. You did have other flashlights and equipment with you that Paperboy, or one of the techs up there with Paperboy, provided. So it's not like you're walking into pitch black, but really only your flashlights and the lights from your drones are what is operational here. So to figure out, as you're looking around what we're going to do, let's start with everybody making a perception check.
Nope. That's a big 6 right there.
8.
9.
18.
12.
All right. So, Dog, you are looking around. Everyone kind of spreads out from the group a little bit. You're poking around, you're looking around the corner. You see that some of the cables, some of the power lines, and these are huge, like massive diameter,
Big boys.
are
Oh, yeah.
severed. As you are seeing this, Mox, you also see some of these severed cables. You go a little bit further following some of these cables, and you find that there was some sort of cave-in. You see that rocks have fallen. You see that something has been knocked down, and it shattered these lines, and it broke the flow of power.
Does it look in any way just like a natural cave-in?
How many cave-ins has Mox been in?
Probably not a ton.
Observation.
I was like more
Yes,
obvious things like blasting powder,
Right.
like scorch
I know what
marks.
Yes. So you do not see signs of tampering. You do not see an explosion. You do not see residue. You don't see people down here. You don't see any footprints. It just looks like rocks fell from the ceiling or the wall caved in. And it disrupted the flow of power, both from the thermal vents that generate this type of heat and power, and then the machines that take it and convert it and pipe it up to the city.
Well, it looks like this was the cause of the problem over here.
Hell.
All of you looking around now that it's been identified, common sense tells you that this is right. As a group, you can come to the consensus that, yeah, it's not like someone snuck down here with a pair of scissors and cut something. There's no evidence. The doors were locked. Everything in this room is only accessible from the way you came down. Everything else is like the natural cavern.
Is it really that easy? That this was just a... Man, I got all paranoid for nothing.
It doesn't seem right.
Feels anticlimactic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just doesn't. The timing, it just doesn't seem right.
Also, I would like to note that we've had plenty of earthquakes, like here in Solace, big and small. I know that, and we've never had the power go out.
Something doesn't add up. And with either Umbra or with
Argos.
yeah, with either one of those two.
We also have PB's drones too. The
Yeah.
flying ones, what I was assuming they were flying. Of course, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna just send them deeper down into this. Is there a way that they can fly through or get through some of this rubble? Because something is not adding up right. In like Galen's spidey senses is all over the place here.
Yes, they can. You can send them down. You can also communicate back to Paperboy that you have found the source of the problem.
I'll just take a picture.
Yeah. As they are flying around, you are kind of mapping the damage. You are taking pictures. You are trying to find a little bit of evidence here and there. Who is looking at the video feed? Is it everybody?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well share around.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gathered around. One of Paperboy's drones is going deeper and deeper back into the caves, and you're seeing more evidence of a cave-in. Rocks haven't fallen. Something caused this to happen. And as it's just flying around, tracking things and mapping things, you see a shadow under one of the rocks. And it catches your eye, catches everyone's eye. Someone sees it and then points it out to someone else. As a group, you notice this. That this is not quite the shadow from a rock or a piece of equipment. It seems a little bit more humanoid in shape.
Ah!
Pilot the drone down there to take a look, and you see a body. And you see that this body is somewhat familiar. And after a second, you remember that this is one of... I love all your faces right now. This is one of the individuals, one of the experiments from the detention prison. Galen, you recall that Mercury pointed out that these individuals had formed some sort of cult and had left the detention black site via a deeper underground tunnel that his crew did not feel safe to follow.
Interesting.
And that's where we'll leave tonight's episode.
Excuse you.
Okay. Okay.
Trying to get my notes down before my ADHD loses it.
I'm really trying very hard not to metagame because I feel like only one of us knows that there were some of them that got picked up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew.
But that is where we will leave episode 19. Thank you all for joining us in the chat and dealing with our shenanigans of shaking the dust off after being so long since we played. It has been such a joy to be here tonight. Thank you, future audiences on the YouTubes. Please leave us some comments from the YouTubes or the podcast and tell us what you think is going on. Let's say goodbye to all of our wonderful people here around the table with me tonight, starting with Mallo.
Thank you all for joining us. It has been a real pleasure. If you want to find out more about what I do on the internet, you can follow me at the Mallo Man everywhere, where we just were also promoting a Daggerheart stream that we did with Ethan and Lauren. We got some more stuff coming up for you, both in the IDENTECO channel, in my personal life, that will be revealed here soon, and with Ethan and Lauren, because we got some stuff coming out there as well, not to take their thunder. So follow us all along. It's going to be a very fun and eventful summer, I promise you. Lots of content, lots of good games, lots of fun that we're going to be having with each other. So hope to see you all there.
What great foreshadowing and teasing that was. Wild. Sleepy time.
Yeah, hey there. I'm a Wildling011 just about everywhere. I'm not as exciting as the Mallo Man, but I will tell you that I'm doing deinstalls and installations of different art exhibits over at the Bellevue Art Museum and the Fry Art Museum, if you are so inclined to be in the area and check those out. Please tell me what you think and let me know if anything's crooked. I might be a little upset if I find that out, but you know, it's always good to know.
Wild,
I'm so glad to see your faces.
Wild single-handedly makes sure that Seattle's art scene stays crisp, fresh, and clean. So if you see Art around and about in the greater Seattle area, you can thank her for all of that.
Yes, and please let me know if anybody else spray paints the Botero, because I am really tired of cleaning his dong off. Thank you.
Pete.
Your mom, and that's okay. Follow me everywhere at the Mallo Man for all these cool projects that I'm into. Super great. Lots of Daggerheart stuff. I know y'all love that. Not to compete with, my compadre over here, but I also got that too. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So follow me there, and thank you for joining us.
Lauren.
I do stuff in places sometimes. Being a human is exhausting, so that's mostly what I'm posting about. I'm 95% Lauren, as well as Thousand Faces cosplay. I am the Book of Vacillations on my page, and the Book of Cosplay on the Thousand Faces. We're going to a convention this weekend? Yeah! It's fine. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I'm jacked. I'm gonna eat so much snacks. Thanks for being here. You guys rock. And thanks for supporting and appreciating all my wonderful friends here. That's it. Okay, bye.
And Ethan.
Like what Lauren was saying, we're going to be at Anime Onsen this weekend in Colorado Springs. Please come see us. We're going to be raising money for Freedom Service Dogs, and you can take a print in exchange for a donation. Also, like Mallo was hinting at, we now have our TTRPG podcast that you can catch up and listen to past episodes. Go buff yourself. And the one shot is both on there and on our YouTube, Thousand Faces Cosplay. And 1 week from today, we'll be starting a new noir-vibed, Dark City-vibed Curse of Strahd game on Thousand Faces Twitch and YouTube. So, very excited for that.
Fun. And I am on the socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for Identico, here and there with Farm to Fable, and taking up a lot of space on the archives of the RPG Academy. Speaking of which, Acadicon, our local convention, will be happening again in this year. In the same place it happened last year. The Dayton Convention Center. I forgot those words and I was making up other words to try to fill in the blanks and spaces. This year, we will not be using Kickstarter to generate those funds and sell tickets. We will be selling all of those via tabletop events. And the vendor application and VIP badges will be available on June 1st, with regular badges being available on the 15th of August. Obviously, those dates are quite a bit out from where we are talking now, and everything is subject to change. However, I just wanted to share some exciting news that we finally confirmed what we are doing with the release of our tickets. So stay tuned for all of that. And with all that being said, it is time to head out and say goodbye until next same cyber time and cyber station. Take care of yourself. Thank you for being here. We love you. It is a tough world out there. Please do something nice for yourself. Eat a sandwich, drink some water, go outside, or stay inside. Do whatever you need to do. If you're in Discord, don't send too many gifts accidentally, because then you get really embarrassed and you feel lousy. But it's funny.
Okay,
And
it was the best gift.
It was so
It was
cute.
amazing.
It was.
Look.
I am not everybody, so everybody knows. Caleb would like everybody to know that I am not his supervisor. So just remember that next time I find him to drink any sort of water. I am not Caleb G's supervisor.
And he will yell it.
I know, right?
I'm using the app. I'm trying to do so many things at once. I pushed the button. It didn't say it sent, and it didn't go away. So I thought it didn't. So I kept pushing the button, and it didn't do anything. And I said, "Oh, the Discord app must be broken." So I closed it and opened it up again.
It's
and
okay,
I sent
honey.
it like
Come
1,000
here. Let's
times.
get you back to the home. Come on, sweetie.
I'm gonna go to bed. Yes, please bundle me up and put me to bed. Back in my day, internet worked when it was supposed to.
Damn it.
That is enough shenanigans. Thank you. We love you. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Take care of yourself. Good night.